This is Roosevelt Roads, Puerto Rico. The population has been 0 since 2004, and it was all caused by the bombing of a civilian. It was a town with a population of around 5,000 people in the 1990s, and had everything that a town would have. A movie theater, a community center, a shopping mall, schools, a hospital, a bowling alley, a church, a grocery store, gas stations, a police headquarters, daycare, dentists, an airport, hotels, and even a TV station. You get the idea. There was even a McDonald's here. But what went wrong? What could cause thousands to just get up and leave in just a year? Well, let's wind the clocks back to World War II, when Franklin D. Roosevelt decided to build a Navy base in one of the most strategic areas in the Caribbean. The base was used during missions and training, and would soon become a community for those who served. Hundreds of homes were built, and even as wars passed, military training would continue in the area. However, while most people were living out their daily lives, something was brewing 8 miles off the coast that would cause the quickest military base closure in U.S. history. Just off the coast was the island of Vieques, a small commonwealth that was purchased by the United States military in the 1940s, with people still living on it. From day one, land was cordoned off for military exercise, which included the testing of weapons such as bombs. The military brought employment, and the purchase was generally accepted as positive. But as time went on, people began to get sick with cancer because of the constant bombing, and unrest began to grow. One day, on April 19th, 1999, while out on a training mission, a Marine Corps F-18 mistakenly dropped 2 500-pound bombs on a guard post, killing a civilian employee named David Sanes Rodríguez and injuring 4 others. Protests then erupted on the island. Their goal was for the bombing to stop. And as months went by, the protests gained international attention. A multitude of celebrities and politicians supported the cause, and one of them being Secretary of Health nominee Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who sued the Navy over environmental concerns over the bombing. When he went to collect soil samples, he was refused. Later, in protest, Kennedy and 8 others were arrested for trespassing on the bombing grounds to prevent further bombing exercises. In total, hundreds were arrested, but it wasn't in vain. 30 days after his arrest, President Bush announced the military would be leaving, and Kennedy would be released. On March 31st, 2004, the United States closed the base for good, selling portions of the base to auction and the rest to wetland conservation. In all, it was found that the cancer rates were now 27% higher on the island of Vieques. It would be the first time our military was defeated without the use of guns nor bombs. Today, the entire town still sits abandoned, awaiting redevelopment. But besides some biking trails, little has been done to redevelop the land, as much of it still remains hazardous today and will likely be for years to come.
So right here, guys, was an abandoned commissary. Not sure what that means. I've rarely heard that word, but it looks like some sort of outlet, shopping outlet maybe. This place actually looks huge from the outside. I can only imagine what the inside's gonna look like. Looks kind of like a shopping center. There's shopping carts, a door here. Consumption of food or drinks is prohibited here. Whoa, this place is huge. Definitely a shopping center. Holy cow. This is really cool, actually. Thank you for shopping at your commissary. So here's like a little food court they had here. This place is really large. Wow. This is actually like an entire abandoned city here. This is kind of crazy. So here's where the food was cooled. Here's where the frozen goods were. I wonder if there's like anything left, but I highly doubt it. Like, I bet there's like no food left. Would be really cool if it was. This is really apocalyptic, just walking through out here. It's some huge copper pipes, as you can see. Size of my foot. Somebody stole all those. Definitely made a killing. Milk. Check that out. This is like the milk and dairy area. So probably was cheese here. Really large freezer. Or no, this just leads to even more freezers. Sadly, someone like destroyed all this. But here we go into like the main area. I wonder how long food was staying here too. But here's the main area. It's just huge, guys. Massive scale. Now here's like the deli area. So this was like, it says quality meats, meat market. So this is where all the meat used to be. Garden fresh over here. Guys, it's like a Mariano's almost. It's kind of cool how this stuff is still here. I mean, this place was freaking the place to get everything you needed, it looks like. So vegetables, fruits were probably around here. Here's some more shelves. So here we're walking behind the meat market. There's actually a lot of probably deli cutting, processing materials here. Machines. I wonder if these were like supposed to leave because they got a bag on them. Here's the logistics area. You can hear the echoing from my friends. It's got to be pretty large. A lot bigger than I expected, I'm not gonna lie, guys.
All right, now guys, we are at the abandoned bowling alley. Now this whole area is a whole nother center of just things to do. This one says Caribbean Lanes. Now here's the front entrance. It looks like somebody threw some of the original wallpapers out here. So this would have been there. Might be bright and colorful in there, who knows? Look at that, more bowling pin stuff. Pretty cool. It says 2001 to 2002 Certified Bowling Center. This is pretty cool, pretty colorful. There's kind of where you would pay. Here's some lockers. And here is the bowling alley. This is actually really cool. The monitors are still here too. Everything actually looks like it's still here. I mean, you can't really sell too much from a bowling alley unless it's to another bowling alley. Wow, guys, it's all just left behind here. We got some drawings on the wall, art by J.P. Weinreich. And here are the lanes, here are the old lanes here. Actually, what do we got here? Looks like a hat that was left behind from here. Interesting. So here was the food stand here, and actually we still got the menu up. Sandwiches, barbecue pork, $4. Hot dog, $1.75. And a bunch of other smaller things on the menu, so this would have kind of glowed, probably. That's cool, and there's a little phone here too. Landline. It's a pretty cool facility. Haven't been to an abandoned bowling alley in a long time. Back behind this glass, you probably would have seen like stuff to buy here. Bowling shoes, bowling balls, all that. Now this is the employee room. Wow, there's some stuff in here. There's an old printer. There's the safe. Looks like it was opened voluntarily. And some mechanisms to probably control the bowling stuff. And just some empty files. Brunswick, custom-matic. I guess a bowling ball would have sat here, maybe? And here you would have seen all the shoes that were sitting here. Out on this counter. Do we have anything interesting? We have names, probably from employees. And look at that, guys, even an old photo.
Cool. So these are all the folks working at the base. And here were the buttons you would press to kind of control what was going on. And there would have been probably a computer here, a monitor or something, connected to a phone. And this is your view, guys. You would just see all this kind of stuff. You could probably control, tell people leave, whatever. Now this in itself isn't that interesting. I mean, it is kind of unique because I haven't been to one of these in a while, but you know, it's just the fact that, guys, we are in an abandoned town. And this is just one of the things, one of the little businesses that was here. Now I am kind of curious, is the floor still lubed up? Probably not. No, that's fine. A little bit more slick, but I'm surprised termites haven't eaten there, but it's probably chemicals, all sorts of lacquer and all that, so probably didn't eat much of this wood. So this is under the Brunswick brand. I think that's all the bowling alleys now, but you would have been able to type stuff here. Gosh, I miss bowling. Still around, I just need to go more. So guys, we're at the abandoned gas station now, and there's actually an abandoned vehicle here. Now what would have this done? This would have, looks like picked stuff up and put it on the flatbed here. But this thing is not cheap. This is an expensive rig here. And it looks like the entire front end was actually salvaged. Wonder what year this would have been. This is cool, look at this. It says US Navy here. But here's the front end. So at least it went to good use. I mean, somebody took some parts off of it. So by the looks of it, guys, this was your typical gas station / car repair shop. And let's take a look inside and see what we can find. Maybe there's some cars here, who knows? So there's a ton of bat poop here. But here would have been a tire alignment machine. Here's a big oil pan, I think. And then just a couple other random things. And here's kind of the other side. And actually there's roof access, but I kind of want to climb a cooler roof than that. And actually, looks like there's a brand new part still on the ground. What is that? It's a starter motor. Still on the ground. Unless it's used. What do you guys think? Maybe it is used and they just put it back and they put the new one in the car. Now, I think we've reached the store part, maybe? So there are shelves here. And another random fridge, but actually, guys, I think these are brand new parts. Still from 2004. Check that out. So this is what the Army would have bought. Still some stuff on the floor too. There's even food. Looks like moldy in the fridge. Here's the actual store, guys. At least part of the gas station. This was huge. Look at that. Oh, wow. So you can see right here we got the cash register, bunch of papers. Probably for fixing cars. We got some motor oil down here. And these would have been, and this would have been a huge superstore as well. I mean, look at the size of this place. And this is just like a gas station, you know? It's kind of crazy to imagine just how many things were actually here. Although it's been kind of stripped now, it's still pretty cool to see. They even had like, I mean, they had so many registers here, guys. It's pretty absurd. So now we are outside, and here is the gas station. So this was a military gas station. Look, there's even some letters on the floor. But check it out, guys. Looks like unexploded munitions. They still got out here, not surprised. But yeah, a lot of these have been kind of stripped. There's not much else to see. This building is really overgrown, whatever it is. It was just out in the woods, kind of hidden almost. And this one actually has a lot of chairs. This was the dental clinic. It says dental. You know, I actually haven't seen one of these in a while. One of these old payphones. Things have really changed since '04. Some stainless steel. Oh wow. They actually still got beds in here. Interesting. Never seen one like that. You're just kind of behind the counter. You got one of those landlines. Well guys, so there's a little atrium here. Pretty cool. Not atrium, just kind of sky room. I hear water running. Holy cow. This is destroyed. Where's it coming from? The ceiling? Look at this room. What the heck was this? There's like a cremation machine or something over there. Look at that. Oh, and there's another one here. I don't know what exactly that was used for. What the heck is coming out? Oh, I see it. Gosh, this room is destroyed. Can you believe that just a little leak can cause all of this? And by the way, I did see where it was coming from. A rusty pipe just had a little hole in it. But I didn't want to put my camera there because it would like get my camera all misty. Jeez, man, this, oh, my feet are even wet. Oh, this is nasty, guys. I found some like old clothing or protection clothing here. And it says this is like a sterilization room. So this is where kind of those burners were. Biohazard. I actually thought this building was pretty cool. There's a decent amount of stuff and it's pretty large. Here's like a room with some more equipment. Oh, what is this? Look at that thing. A Laris. So this must have been something for like an IV machine, something like that. Probably would have dispensed liquids of some sort. We got some like probably laughing gas canisters, I don't know. In the middle here, what is this? Aspirator. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this place is disgusting. Oh, it's so destroyed and wet and moldy in here, guys. What do we got back there? Some just moldy files. Yeah. Yeah, guys, I am out of here. This place is all moldy. There's animals crawling around. I don't even know what kind of animal I just saw. But let's get out of here. Let's go check out this church. It looks pretty interesting. Just like the architecture and all that. This was called the Caribbean Crossroads Chapel. Pretty cool. What's up? How is it in there?
So interesting. There's a little friend. There's a little birdie in the chapel area.
Oh, cool. There's a bird in there. You know, kind of doesn't meet my expectations. I thought it'd be a lot cooler. Kind of style church building do you guys think this would be called? It kind of looks a little mid-century or something like that. But I don't really see anything in here. I mean, this view is kind of cool. Looks large from this angle. You see all the boards behind me. I almost wonder if this church was abandoned more recently and they cared about it somewhat. So guys, we're approaching the daycare. I believe it's a daycare, according to Google. See if we could find a way inside here. Well, here's the daycare. A little reception area. So here's an empty room, but I see a playground outside. Pretty excited to see. I know it's like not much, but look, there would have been a little tarp over here. So when the families were working on the base here, somebody had to watch over their kids, you know. People had children here and all sorts of things. So what better place than daycare to take your kids? That's cute. They even have like a little water fountain here for the little kids. Little step there too. Gosh, I've outgrown this thing. So here's some signs they had. Safety locks, doorknob guards, blanket, sand toys, balls. What is this? Photo of a family? Cool. Oh, and here is a lunchroom. So food would have been made here probably for the children, maybe even staff. Yeah, this place is like entirely empty. This kind of brings me back though when I was a little kid. I remember those little cubbies. So this is probably a photo that was here. Some children at the daycare. That's kind of cute. I'm actually surprised there's like nothing in here. You know, I figure there'd at least be some toys or something like that. But virtually nothing. There's just a playground. I am standing on top of a huge fence, so I can't really I don't want to really cross. I mean, but here's another one of the playgrounds. There's it seems like there's 4 playgrounds here. So just another thing we haven't seen. So we're currently headed to a building that's called the Briggs. Looks kind of like a restaurant almost. I think that's what it is, but we'll have to see. Now this road is pretty unbeaten. It could be good. Whoa. This looks like Fort Knox. You got huge vault doors. U.S. Navy security. I wonder what's in here. This is really fascinating. Oh my gosh, was this like a prison? I think it was. Holy cow. Look at that, police. Wow, those are the control panels. And look at this, guys. This is like bulletproof glass, like multi layers here. Nobody could break it. Warning, restricted area. So this doesn't open, it's completely blocked off too. I don't think this has ever been open, to be honest. I wonder what this was. It's really cool to see these, just how thick some of these doors are and the glass and everything. So most definitely, guys, this was some kind of prison or something. This has to be like a prison, I would assume. And this is like one of the cells for sure. Look at that. Would you guys stay in a prison? And if so, how long? I wonder what it would be like just staying here. And it's hot too, I bet. I don't see any air conditioning units. Actually, come to think of it, maybe it was a police station. It makes more sense because somewhere there's got to be a police station, right? Yeah, maybe this was a police station. We got an interview room. Pretty cool. Locker. So maybe people were held here for interrogation. Wow, what do we have here? Supposedly, this is a movie theater. You can see right there. This is the ticket booth. And here we go. Super moldy in here. Wow. This is really decayed. The ceiling is just gone. Probably smells bad because this is just full of bats. Look at this screen, guys. It's just non-existent. Now there are stairs going up, probably to the projector room. And the sign here says this theater held approximately 524 people. These were probably letters for movies. And here is where the projectors would have been. Now there's just nothing left, it looks like. They did have a safe up here, pretty cool. Surprised they kept the money up here, but makes the most sense. And then here's the topmost view right here. But crazy to see just how much decay some buildings can endure. Now we are headed to the old entertainment center. This looks like a really large building that almost looks like a basketball court or something. Sorry, I guess that was another building we saw. But this is the entertainment center quote. Never mind, guys. This goes underground. I'm surprised it's not flooded. To the left is the information desk. And here was a gym. Pretty cool. There's a sign saying hazard. Let's go read it. That might be an old thing they had here. There's a lot of signs saying hazard, but that's due to the environment around us. Locker rooms. Oh, there's beds up there too. But here we go, guys. This is it. And look at the floor, guys. Luckily, there's no other floor below this, but this is just what happens to gyms, guys. The floor, you know, you gotta bounce basketballs. It's gotta be made out of wood. So, but this is what happens when it goes abandoned. And it's pretty cool. I mean, people must have had fun here back in the day when it was abandoned and in good shape. And right over there, you can see the scoreboard. Yeah, it might have actually been termites that did this, because I see some termite trails up there. But that's the scoreboard. Pretty cool. This is just kind of in the forest here. And then there's the other side. So this right here, this is water damage. And then that is likely termite damage. Well, also probably from the ceiling. But like where it's like brittle here, this is definitely termites. They just ate up all the wood. We got here sports office, racquetball. Oh, wow. This is the racquetball room. Look at that. Oh, I got termites crawling all over me. You can hear bats back there. Look at what the termites have done. And this right here, guys, was... Oh, there's bats over me. This right here, guys, was a giant termite nest that just completely, like, fell or something. Kind of scary. Screw these bats, man. These things might have rabies. But, you know, you're stuck at a military base. You know, you're stuck at a military base. Entertainment is going to be a big thing here, especially, you know, if you're kind of here against your will working for the Army. But this was kind of needed here, you know, all these amenities, you know, they made it seem like a normal town. So folks, now we're on the way to an abandoned hospital. This hospital is pretty large. It looks like it goes up 4 stories. I can see it over the tree line actually. And I believe this hospital was abandoned around 2004 or so, and then used again during COVID, and then abandoned again. That's what's actually happened a lot in American territories. They just reuse old abandoned hospitals. So my thought is that this hospital is actually going to be in pretty decent shape, so we'll have to see. This hospital's sitting on top of a hill, so I figured it was a lot taller, but looks like it might only be 2 stories, which does make sense for, you know, buildings out here in the hot weather all the time. But the place is wide open here, as you can see. I already see lots of evidence of scrappers. So this American flag was the original mural here. Somebody tagged over that, unfortunately, but pretty cool to see that just the American flag kind of shows that, you know, we are here, you know, as in the military. We do have elevators. Wonder if there's a basement. We have another mural here, actually. Check that out. Very cool. So this shows somebody who's injured being saved by somebody who's presumably a doctor. One of the foreign wars, maybe. This might have been some kind of leisure area. There's a lot of light in here. Here's a medical record room. I do wonder if there's medical records left behind. We can take a look, but it does look like it is empty. Here we head down to the laboratory. This does look like a laboratory, a bunch of cabinets. There's a biohazard sign. So I'm hearing like birds kind of crawling around, but this looks like kind of an archival room for possibly data. And these are some machines. Looks like, I wonder what these machines were. If anyone wants to tell me, it says Kodak RPX OMAT processor. This was definitely some sort of computer room. We got some electronics, Probably doesn't have gold on them, I don't know. Maybe it does. And wow, guys, we have a lot of rooms that are still full of equipment here. What do you guys think this one is? You know, I couldn't tell you. It looks like, you know, there would maybe be a petri dish here, and this would be to kind of analyze something. I really don't know what this would have been. Guys, I'm not an expert. But any doctors, let me know. And this next room, guys, check this out. This looks like it was a scanner, possibly some kind of MRI machine. And it's still just left behind here. But people have really scrapped this, unfortunately, looking for who knows what. But somebody probably would have lied down here. It's kind of the size of a human. And they probably would have gotten scanned for something. Probably x-rays. So maybe this was an x-ray room by the looks of it. Here's just all the old tech here that's been just ripped apart. We do have a book on the floor. Some service manual. But who knows? Just probably something you guys aren't interested in that much. But these machines always amaze me, just the size of like these capacitors, for example, and you know, other pieces of tech. I always wonder, you know, what crazy things powered this. So this says dark room in use. So check this out, guys. It's revolving. Just a completely dark room.
Yeah, the CT scan room right here. Yeah, dude, this one's crazy. I think there's blood here, dude.
Whoa! Oh, that's huge. Huh.
That looks a little...
Yeah, it's brown.
It's like corroded blood, it seems like.
That's weird. You know, I would probably expect that to be here, though.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
They were working on patients. Huh. This is like an older one, definitely an 04. Something like that, around the 1990s, maybe even 80s. This was a big machine, guys, and check it out. A bunch of buttons here. Just to move people, it looks like, just to maneuver. And here is the inside of these things. Now, I wish I brought my Geiger counter because these things can be radioactive. Looks like somebody was literally scrapping it, so that is concerning. It might actually be one of these exact things that caused a radiation incident in Brazil. Now, around the 1980s, some scrappers actually came to a hospital in Brazil. They took apart an MRI machine. There was like a capsule, maybe about this big, and they took it apart, and there's like some blue glowing stuff inside. And so they showed their family, they let their kid play with it. About a month later, it spread across the entire town through cars, through other people touching it. A ton of people died and they had to be buried in like thick steel. All the cars had to be buried. A lot of houses had to be demolished. It was an insane event. But it's a terrible thing. So if you guys are scrapping hospitals, don't advise doing that. But past this room, there's appears to be some more stuff. So this is the room that you would have kind of watched that happen. Somebody laid out some more computer parts. It's kind of scary that people like scrap this. Who knows what part is radioactive? And here's just another room with all these interesting components.
There's a print thingy in there with like old prints, but you can't see anything. But they probably went in here because whenever there's light on film, it completely ruins it. So they probably developed all the X-ray films in here to show off all the broken bones and everything. But it's kind of weird because then also like, what is this for?
Oh, exposed, yeah.
Okay, so that's film. Okay, yeah, they probably put the unexposed film here, and then when it's done, they give it back through here. That would make sense. That's really sick. Wow.
So I just got told there's literally a room back there. I didn't even see it. So here, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Look at this, guys. It leads to like a secret little room. And I guess this might have been for filming. Look at that. There's a bunch of equipment in here as well. Yo. A bird?
A bird just flew at me when in that room. What the?
Oh, I see it. Ah. But yeah, this equipment definitely kind of adds up to our theory that this might have been for development of film. Pretty cool. Above that, what do you guys think that is? It might be a red light, maybe. It's interesting. Check it out. So you guys tell me, why do you guys think all this equipment was left behind? I mean, in my opinion, I think it was obsolete. That must have been the only reason. Because this stuff at the time was tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I really don't know. So it looks like a lot of these rooms are empty. We're going upstairs. So here's a very open room. Now what this must have been, I'm not sure. Vacuum. Interesting. Don't know what this room was. Maybe one of you doctors can tell me. You know, I'm always saying, why would they leave this behind? But, you know, in all honesty, I think this place is the most stripped hospital I've ever seen. So they did a decent job of getting rid of everything. Maybe they had an auction or something like that, and they just sold off a lot of stuff, and whatever wasn't sold was just kept here, I guess, which isn't a lot, because I'm not finding too much here. So if any of you guys go to an abandoned place, you see these tubes on the floor, that's insulation for copper. So what the scrappers will do is they'll rip the pipes out through the ceiling and just take it out, and they just leave this fiberglass. They use this fiberglass to insulate the copper so it doesn't corrode, and so the copper stays fresh, doesn't cause any pipe leaks. So that's why this stuff is here. Anyways, guys, I did want to check out the outside here. It's pretty stable, actually, roof is. There's a big puddle there, that's gonna collapse eventually. And over there, it looks like a hangar for planes or other machines, something like that. There's kind of the garage for the hospital over there. Sounds like I can hear people. I think they're doing training back there. Gosh, there's so many buildings. Look, there's even that one further back there. I kind of want to check all these out. All that's left really is this pretty cool emblem here. United States Naval, always ready to assist. That's cool. It's got Puerto Rico and where the base is right there. Here we go, guys. So here would have been safe deposit boxes, I believe. So I was looking for this room. Here is the little atrium they got here. So let's see if we can find the morgue here. So it says cooler, freezer. Nothing there. I don't know. Let's see if we can find the morgue here. I mean, it's a hospital, it's gotta have one. There's a room here that says restricted personnel here. No, this has to be it right here, I think.
Well,
yeah.
Weird though. There's a lot of morgue rooms. Like their floors are slanted a bit because they usually have a drain in the middle of the floor. But I haven't found any tiled flooring that like has a drain in the middle of it. Oh, well.
This was definitely for cremation.
Oh yeah.
Look at that, guys. There might still be human remains in here. It's a bit strange, unless they were burning files. So we spotted another radar dish. This one's on like a little island or peninsula. I wonder if we can climb this thing or not. I sent my friends to go see if they can, but there's like a whole like facility here, like an intel facility. It's just one building on this peninsula. Pretty sure this was all a parking lot. It's just non-existent now. So whatever this was, it's leading me downstairs, underground. Gosh, look at that tree growing through there. Holy cow. Look at the size of this thing. It's huge. But anyways, guys, this looks like a lab if I've ever seen one. Some kind of secret facility. This is like far away from everything else, so who knows what we'll find out here. Right here we have a giant door, guys. Whoa. There's definitely some telecommunication stuff. for probably that tower. Wonder if there's a way up though. I'm trying to find the roof here. Here's the way up to the top floor. Looks like there was even some sort of dish there. I'm kind of curious what's in this part of the building though. Wow, this is really cool. So this was like all telecommunications right here. Some sort of satellite base. And there was a lot of stuff going on here. You can see the flooring. I see this a lot in like some offices that, you know, have a lot of intel. But that looks like about it here. There's like some machines, but they're all kind of stripped. I want to find the way up to the roof now. Wow, so here we are at the roof. There's what's left of some satellite antenna or something. And you could see the abandoned dock. I think there's an oil barge there that sunk. Wow, this is awesome. You can really see a lot from here. There's more of the base down there. Whole bunch of buildings.
While I was trying to get a shot of all of us on the satellite dish, multiple iguanas kept jumping to their death for some reason. Our next spot is an abandoned outlet mall that included a food court. There was also a McDonald's adjacent to the mall.
This one has a sign on the door. Engraving, monogramming, Teflora gift wrapping. Whatever that means. What was this? Looks like fridges.
Fridges?
Yeah, maybe. Or some display.
Do you have any clue what the store could have been?
It says gift wrapping right there. So, who knows? There's not too much here. So I found this on the floor. This was an abandoned Navy base shopping mall. And all the Navy bases have these. It says right here, VCR and TV rentals. So that was the last half of the store we just went into. And here we have the last part of the mall. Now this is officially called Old Shopping Mall, this side right here. And it says there was a Subway here and an old Navy exchange. If you look it up, that's what it says. But this is just in terrible shape. There's holes in all the walls. I mean, just it's like nobody cares anymore. It's just all open.
Man, a tree is just growing through that door.
Yeah. Look at the rust. It's like so apocalyptic. I can hear frogs.
Oh my gosh, they're in here.
Yeah.
They're in this door.
Once again, very empty, but if you hear that, something's in here that's alive. This place goes really far. So just imagine what they had here. I mean, they probably had everything you needed. Clothes, food, all sorts of things. And it's just abandoned now. Very little items left. Look at that, guys. Somewhat of an atrium here. They had a little key code they had to put in to come into this room. They even had a safe, so this might have been for the money that was being spent here. Even had old registers. I'm sure they've all been taken out now. Strangely, guys, this does not open. Oh, here, this would have been the Navy exchange, maybe. Exchange, right? Exchange money, I think. Now, kind of outside here, this looks like some kind of restaurant. Don't know exactly what it was, but it was probably military. You can still see to-go boxes right here on the floor. This is one of the restaurants that was here. Looks like they had a variety because I see some back there as well. So now we're kind of on this end to give you guys an idea. I was just in there, but check it out. Next, your Navy family store. Don't ask me why, but everything was next in these Navy towns. Got a bathroom here. Stairs and elevator. There was an elevator. Look at that. I wonder if there's a way upstairs. But look at this, guys. This was the food court. Wow. They had a whole food court for this town at the time. It's hard to tell which was which, to be honest with you. This is cool. Oh wow, they still got the kitchen equipment in here too. Here we go. So this looks like it was a Taco Bell or some kind of taco store. Still got the original menu. Or is that upside down? There we go. Look at this, guys.
No way.
So I don't know if this was Taco Bell or not because I don't see a Taco Bell logo, but that certainly looks like it. Now that is cool. We got the original menu. And what was this? Oh, it's called Del Taco. There we go. Look at that, 39 cents for fries and drink.
Dude, it has like a new font.
Yeah. Look at the prices on this, guys. Just think about that. $1 for a taco. Yo, come here.
What's up?
Look what's on this table.
Dude, what the heck? I thought that was, I saw that earlier. I thought it was an action figure. I didn't realize it was an actual crab. Oh, don't pick it up.
That's real. Why is that here? That's huge.
Someone was having a meal.
I thought that was a tarantula for a second. Alright guys, well there's a ton more buildings here, so we're gonna keep going.
And right here is the abandoned McDonald's. Now every military base I have seen has had a McDonald's here for some reason. I don't know why it's only McDonald's at these military bases, but here was one, and this one looks like it was abandoned a long time ago.
Now this is something you don't see every day. An abandoned restaurant that is just completely exposed to the elements, not boarded up.
You know, these restaurants that are abandoned on main roads, they're all boarded up, all sealed tight. This one's just wide open, and it's a McDonald's. You rarely see these abandoned. McDonald's usually tears their buildings down immediately after they close, and they either move elsewhere or build a new one, but they never keep a building abandoned, is what I've seen.
Well anyways, let's walk inside here and show you guys this place. Now, when was the last time you saw a McDonald's or just a restaurant in general that looked like this, guys? These are some old school patterns right here. Stuff you'd see in the 1990s. And the fact that a restaurant, a McDonald's at that, if that's what this is in this shape, it's pretty insane to me. It's rare to see a place like this just still abandoned, you know, 1990s themed, I would say. It's definitely what this looks like. And just the decay is really evident here. I love this look. I think it's really a sign of the times, for sure. But there isn't too much here to tell you that it was a McDonald's. And these plants here are fake, by the way. But I wanted to show you guys the restaurant real quick. It's an abhorrent shape as well. Roof is quite literally collapsing. Here's the wash sink just full of water, and a tree is growing out of it. The roof is just wide open once again. Here are the freezers. Kind of scared to go in there. You can see termites have made little trails along the walls. But right here is the evidence that it was a McDonald's, guys. And that's pretty rare to see. And this is really cool, the old school McDonald's logo right here. A lot more classy than the new one, if you ask me. But you can see this is written all in Spanish. It's because we are in Puerto Rico. Now what do we have here? I can't even read half this stuff. Also, what is strange is there's Burger King cups in here. You clearly saw that this was a McDonald's. Somebody definitely put these here to take photos or videos. Put a McDonald's cup at least. And that's the modern one too, that's kind of funny. Here's the other side of the McDonald's. And this side really shows you, I think, that this was McDonald's. It's kind of hard to see just because it's so overgrown, but it's so rare to see a McDonald's that old just still sitting around these days. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's also pretty nostalgic. You know, some of you guys who grew up with McDonald's when it was like that, I think you guys would really appreciate that. This was a whole center, guys. They had bowling alleys, dentists, a whole bunch of stuff. Now behind me there are over 100 houses out here. This is an abandoned housing project. It's so large that we need to bring some bicycles with us this time. But the housing project extends all the way to the beach. And by word of mouth, we heard there were some submarine tunnels out there. Whether that's true or not, I'm not sure, but we'll go find out. So right here leads to all the houses. There is a lot. I think we passed by like 30 buildings just on the way here. We didn't check out any of them, to be honest. I mean, it's just so overwhelming. What am I supposed to do? And can you just imagine, once this was a lively neighborhood with hundreds of families, cars, everybody was just outside all the time, going to the beach and going shopping. It's just, there's nothing left of it anymore. And there's still so many people alive who lived through this. And if any of you guys lived here, I mean, this is what it looks like now. It must be kind of sad to see. So we're gonna go take a look inside one of these homes real quick, just to kind of see the layout. It looks like there was like 2 versions. This one's like the pink one. Maybe they're all the same though, I don't know. Actually, this did look like a nice home at the time. It has tiling on the floor. Whoa! Look at that. Look at that, guys. All on the floor, guys. There's a bunch of hermit crabs. Look at that. They're all running away from me. Look at the little one hiding behind the big one. Look at this thing. You know, I've never seen one of these out in the wild. Ah, he's getting me. But as you can see, guys, and this is a tall ceiling, these houses were actually pretty large. I definitely wouldn't mind living in one of these. Nature's still thriving despite the chemicals and all the abandonment. Nature always wins. So now, guys, we are heading to the houses on the beach. Maybe they're a little fancier, I don't know. There's even more buildings across down there. Pretty cool. So this one would have had a lakefront view at the time. Now I don't know if it's gonna be any different than the rest of them. Yeah, it kind of looks the same. You got kind of an oceanfront view, but there's really no actual windows. They would be right here. There's nothing. But as you can see, a huge crab has gotten in here. Look at the size of that thing. It's kind of surprising how these oceanfront homes aren't nice at all. They're just exactly the same as the rest of them. But what do you expect? It's the military. These are all cookie cutter houses. There is another part here that we're gonna go check out. It like kind of goes to a little peninsula or an island of houses. And maybe these are different over there. Here we're coming up on the next neighborhood. It actually looks kind of different. Looks a bit less overgrown over here. Well, this area is a lot more open here, guys. Here are all the lakefront houses. And I guess this is kind of on more of an island now, so it's like less trees. Oh, this is cool. Wow. This one's 2 stories, guys. Might be something special. So there's 2 here. These might have been the executive homes. They're a lot bigger, but who knows? Maybe they're like still facility buildings. Doesn't have much, but it does have that great view over there. We'll check that out in a little bit. So it looks like this building is actually pretty cleared out. They even took the tiles out, but right here I can assume this means asbestos, just because I've seen English signs saying the same thing, kind of same font and everything. All right, guys, look at the upstairs. Holy crap, that is freaking awesome. What a view. Incredible. So you can see down below the tiles are gone. And you can see right there, there's no glass, and the glass isn't even on the floor. Obviously these doors had glass. So there's 2 theories I had. Either a hurricane just wiped through this whole building, or what is more plausible is that they actually cleared the asbestos out of here, which is why there's signs saying what I believe is asbestos.
Now, all these military buildings usually were built with asbestos back in the day, so that's why they still stand. They can't tear them down because there's so much asbestos. If they knock it down, it's just gonna go even more into the environment than it already is. Now, there's quite literally nothing in this building at all, not even like tiling. So I doubt it's worth kind of showing these two. Where is it? I doubt it's kind of worth showing these two buildings that I'm at. You guys, trust me, you don't really want to see the inside of this. It doesn't really matter. And actually in this neighborhood, while it might look small, this is an abandoned high school. Now it's obviously not just this building. These are all connected. It's just so overgrown you can barely even see it. Check out these murals here. Tropical. There's a desk. It's very eerie walking through here, guys. Just thinking that this place was once lively with kids. Now just completely abandoned. Look at this tree root, guys. That is a whole tree that is somehow grown all the way up through the top floor here. Wow. Now I guess this leads us to some of the classrooms I guess we'll check out. So here's a better angle of the classroom. You can see it's got like steps. It's a little bit strange. I mean, there are classrooms like this out there, but not where I grew up. But there are still desks here. You can just imagine these were all set up at one point. But I don't see really much else here. Schools are usually empty, guys. That's why I don't really explore them. Whoa, guys. Check this room I found out. What the heck was this? Oh, this was the library for sure. Oh my gosh, the amount of books just lied to waste. Look at this. Nobody wanted these books? I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Actually, this is connected here, so I think this was the cafeteria, if I'm not mistaken. So, they had this big room. And, oh gosh, look at that. Stuff just growing in the middle. Had this big room, and I guess they put all the books up over here. I've seen stuff stored in like these big parts of schools before. But look at this, guys. This computer just shows how long ago this was. At least for me. I mean, this was abandoned a year after I was born, guys. Kind of crazy to imagine. Wow, guys, though, they have a huge stage right here. I wouldn't say that huge, but there's all sorts of items scattered around. Just like an apocalyptic war zone here. Not much to see, I don't think. Just garbage at this point. All this stuff's gonna go to a landfill eventually. So out here, we have an old sign that says restricted area. Security patrolled. So these military schools were highly secure. So if you want a secure school, definitely be in the military. I'm gonna assume this is the gym. This is far from the school. Separate building. Wow. Oh, this is huge. There's bats everywhere. Shine a light. That makes zero difference, really. Well, sort of. Okay. Ah, they're all over me. Well, panthers. There we go. Whoa! Oh, they're everywhere. Holy cow! Look at them all flying around. Hello! Oh my gosh. Look at them all flying around. Well, guys, this is a gym. I mean, there's literally nothing left. This ain't that interesting. I mean, it's cool. It's huge. You just imagine the fun games that kids were playing out here and stuff. Man, would have been nice to live out here. Paradise. Back towards the entrance of the neighborhood, we discovered some warehouses where they put all the furniture from the inside of the homes. I guess they never took them out and just left everything abandoned inside. Whoa!
Yeah, it's like
active. Which that's why I'm like, did this get here before the hurricane and all the damage and everything went abandoned, or was this already here? And then it gets even weirder when you go in here. It's like, even on the chair,
Whoa. Talk about waste.
yeah, right? Now, I think this is actually the coolest part. These drawers are all building plans for all the properties around here.
Really?
Yeah, it is insane.
Here we go, housing area. Demolition station. Just left it all behind here. So these are housing plans, clearly. So we found a map here. Take a closer look at this, but this place is huge. Actually, taking a closer look at these fridges, if you'll notice, it says property of the US government. We also have tens of thousands of files here, just left unkept. Secret government files, perhaps. Probably not. Navy neighborhoods of excellence in action. So here's like a paper showing all these Navy neighborhoods that the US government has built. And just certain amenities they had and whatnot. What do we got?
Dude, I imagine this is all old military personnel, like computers, printers, and whatnot. And then like, this
Oh,
is honestly
wow.
the coolest thing. Look at it. It's like the U.S. Naval Reserve sign, or probably their old one. And I don't know. I looked around. They got some file documents and stuff. But if you look up here, dude, there's even more like sofas and just houseware.
Whoa.
Stuff. So I'm definitely like coming to the conclusion that this was definitely like a storage house after everything went abandoned. They probably wanted to keep everything safe and possibly reuse it. And then something happened and it looks like this now. It's crazy.
Check out this printer, guys. It's got a monitor on it. When was the last time you guys saw one of those? You got some TVs here and lots more printers. This is pretty wasteful, if you ask me. Look at that. They even have computers just left forgotten. All sorts of stuff. This is kind of shocking, honestly. I didn't expect this to all be here. So it looks like we're actually going up here. So my friend Two Swag checked out these couches. Of course, I had to come up to and look at them. Look at this, guys. A lot of this furniture is probably even still nice to this day. And it's just sitting here abandoned. Maybe not. You see these little trails here? That's for termites. So they've kind of eaten away at a lot of these couches. But I'm sure there's some that are still intact. I mean, it's just an insane amount, guys. And check out the floor. It's caving in. It's the floor for you. So I didn't show you much of this side. A bunch of mattresses, stoves, air conditioning units. We even have a lawnmower that was abandoned out here. This thing is not cheap, guys. Hard to see with the light here, but here's kind of a decent view of this thing. It's just sitting here. So guys, right now we are at an abandoned airport and there's still an American Airlines plane left behind. Now this place is huge. We got hangars here, a plane, I think that's insane, and some other kind of airport building. But I'm really excited and I really want to go straight to that plane right now, so let's get into it. And right behind me, guys, it actually looks like an airport of some sort, like a small airport. And this might have been some private airport or even military, but I just don't understand why there is still a plane left behind here. And there's the runway. That's insane to me. How does this exist? See, the tires are somewhat flat there. But not that flat, actually. Well, they are kind of flat. Holy cow. Just kind of walking up to this thing. I mean, the size, the true size of this airplane. Let me give you kind of an example here. This thing is huge. It's a lot bigger than it looks, because nobody really goes up to an airplane like this, so it really is just a lot bigger than I expected it to be. Hold on, what? 5 seconds. Crap, guys, it's starting to rain really bad. Let's get inside here. Ah, crap, let's go in. So this is what it's like inside an abandoned airplane, guys. And the seats are all still here. Wow. Looks like some of it's been salvaged. Wow. It's like eerie. It's like I'm in an apocalypse movie almost. Look at all this. There's actually clothes in here too. Wow. And then out here is the emergency hatch. And here's what would be deployed if there was some kind of emergency. Someone just kind of ripped that out. This is really cool. This was a big plane too. It's got 5 seats. There's nothing up here that I can see though. This is crazy.
Dude. Look, he's turning.
Uh-oh.
Oh, someone's in here.
See if he goes to our car or not.
Pulled up to the airport.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Did he leave, or did he turn where
He
our car
turned to
is?
our car.
Guys, we should probably go check that in case he tries to do anything
Should
with
we?
our stuff. Yeah. We have stuff in there, bro.
Anyways, my friends are going to go investigate. I don't really care. I think we'll be fine. But here we go, guys. This is, holy scrapped. This is the cockpit, guys. I mean, we got some interesting buttons here, but there's really no gauges or nothing left. It's just been destroyed. Whoa! We got some buttons here. And this is cramped, guys. So I went and took the car down here. Isn't that insane, taking it out to an airport? But now it kind of stopped raining, so I can explain more. One of our bike guys who we were renting the bike from, he explained to us that this airplane was actually used for training for children to learn how to work on airplanes. Very cool. And even the hangars behind me in this building back here, these were all training facilities. Right back there, he said we'll expect classrooms and stuff, so super interested in that.
Soon it began to rain, and we wrapped up filming for the base. Today, the Navy's doing considerable cleanup work, and cleanup is expected to be complete in the 2030s. However, who knows if that's true? Vieques and Roosevelt Roads will likely remain hazardous for years to come.